guys, and welcome to Looney Loomers. This is Lexie here today, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this super cute, highly requested Gecko Lizard Bracelet. This lizard takes about 60 bands in all, including the wrapped bands and the eyes and the tongue, of course. The skill set that you're going to need for this today is knowing how to do a fishtail, because I will not be showing you guys how to do a fishtail due to not having enough time. You're also going to need to know how to do wrap bands. If you don't, I can show you guys, so don't stress too much about that. You're going to need one loom today to do this project. It doesn't matter what kind of loom you have, because we're going to be using it in the staggered position. So for most of you guys, your looms are already in staggered position if you don't have a rainbow loom. So let's go ahead and get started. So to start off, we're going to take our rainbow loom and we are going to make 4 legs. So the way we're going to make the legs, I'm going to do 2 and then fast forward through the rest. We're going to take double bands and we're going to just do 3 down, 3 pegs down. Keep the double bands, so that's 2, and then we want to do 1 more, and we're going to do double bands once more. So now we have double bands, and double bands. So you just want to make sure those are all double bands, and we did it for 3 pegs straight. So we stop at the 4th peg. Now we're going to do the foot part. So the foot part would be this band right here. So depending on what color you want the feet to be, mine are black. So I'm going to take a black rubber band and I'm going to wrap it around my hook 4 times, just like that. So you should come out with 4 little lines right here. And you're going to pinch that band that's on your hook and you're going to just slide it right over that peg to make sure that you get all of the wrap bands around that peg. And then the next step is you're going to go in through this cap band down here and you're going to grab the 2 green bands from under it and pull out. Make sure that you get this little V on the band. You're going to just do this all the way up for those 3 bands. Once you've done the last peg, you're going to take your hook, the back side of your hook facing forward, and you're going to grab that leg right off of your loom, just like that. And then just push it down your hook and you have a little leg. You can stretch it out a little bit to make sure that you have a straight leg to add on to your gecko or lizard, but just make sure that you make 3 more of these legs just the way I showed you. Okay guys, so I now have the 4 little legs here. They're really cute, super easy to make. If you guys didn't get that or are not done with your legs, pause the video now and catch up. Also, if you didn't get how to make these, just rewind the video and rewatch me do those other 2 legs, just so that you guys understand. But now we are going to move on to the eyes. So what we're going to take is 1 black band and we're going to wrap it around the same amount of times that we did the legs, which is about 3, so you should get 4 little loops on here. Then you're going to take double bands of the color of your lizard. So that would mean the body, the tail. In my case, it's green. So I'm going to take double green bands. And I'm going to hold those with one of my fingers. I'm left-handed, so you guys are going to probably be holding it by a different hand. But I'm just going to pinch those bands and pull it right over. And you'll get this cool little effect. And you can just pull it right off the loom, stretch it out a little bit. And then you're going to go like this. Whoops. Hold it by the eyeball if you need to. And just slip it right back onto your hook so that you get a little eyeball like this. I'm going to show you guys. Just like this. So I'm going to do 1 more of these. I'm going to take 1 black band, wrap it around 3 times. So you should get 4 little bands. You're going to take double green bands, like so. You're going to put those on your hook, hold it with 1 finger. I'm left-handed, remember that. You're probably going to be holding it with your other hand. And then slip those bands right over that. And then you can just pull it down here and do that. Some people find that easier than pulling it off. I don't usually pull it off, but I wanted to show you guys. If you did pull it off, it's not going to hurt the eyes or anything. Okay, so now we have all of our body parts. We have 4 legs and 2 eyeballs. So now we're going to start with the entire project. So like I said when I told you the skill set, we're going to need to know how to do a fishtail. So this is the part where you measure your wrist. So for this specific one, this has about 18 stitches on it. But if your wrist is longer, you want to make the tail longer, not the body. So make sure that you're fixing the tail, not the body. So make sure that you make the tail as long as you think it needs to be. The body is about 7 stitches, so if that helps you get a measurement, then just wanted to make sure you guys have that. Okay guys, so I'm back. So where I left off was basically using 2 pins and doing the fishtail. I have done 15 stitches here, so make sure that you have all your stitches done. You can pause the video now and finish that up, or if you already did that and you paused it earlier and you're done, then we'll go ahead and keep going. Okay, so now we're going to add our legs we're going to add 2 of our legs to the body, because this is going to be the start of the body. So we're going to take one of our legs off of our hook. We're going to make sure that we're holding on to all those bands, because if you let go, you're going to have to remake it. So it should be 4 bands that you're holding on to. And make sure that it looks like this. Okay, so now you're going to take your band and you're just going to, your bands, and slip it right over that peg, and make sure that you have your foot right there. And you want to kind of face it wherever you want, just don't face it forward or sideways. You kind of want to have it at an angle like so. Now you're going to take your second foot off your hook. Make sure that you're holding on to all 4 of those bands. You're going to do the exact same thing and slip it right over that peg. Now to incorporate it into our tail, you are going to take a 3rd band, just like you were continuing with the fishtail, like you hadn't even added the feet. You're going to take the bottom band just like you do with the fishtail, and you're just going to go over those legs onto the peg. Now we are going to attach them onto the body. The way you're going to attach them onto the body after you've done a few more stitches to make sure that you've got it to where you can add your feet, you're going to slip those over the bands, just like that. Make sure that you're going over the bands and you're not catching any of the other bands because you don't want to ruin your lizard. Okay, so now it's on your body. You're going to take another fishtail band and put that straight on, and this is the moment where you have tied your tail onto the body. So now it is a permanent part of the body. You cannot take it off at this point now. I mean, you could if you were dissecting it, but we're not. We're trying to build it. So just keep doing that for another 7 stitches, and you can really make the body as long as you want. 7 stitches is about average because that's where it starts to get a little wonky as far as how long it is. So just make sure that you watch out for that and make sure that you're making sure that you only do enough stitches to where it looks like a body and not overdoing those stitches. So just keep your system going here. Okay, so now that we're done with the body, that's as far as I'm going to go for the body. I'm going to take my other 2 feet and do the exact same thing with them. When I say exact same thing, I mean putting them on the pegs, like so. Make sure that they're kind of facing this way. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be pulling them over the bands. Then you're going to take one band, put it over those feet. Then you are going to pull this band over those feet. And you can do one more stitch before we attach the feet into the body. Do one more stitch with the feet. And now we are going to attach the feet. We're going to take our feet to make sure you've grabbed all of the loops for the feet, and you're just going to take them over that peg. Make sure that you're not snagging any of these other rubber bands because you don't want to ruin your fishtail at this point. Now is the neck. I just do about 3 stitches for the neck because if you do too many, it starts to look very odd. Okay, so now we're done with the body. You're going to take double bands. You're going to go from the first band on your middle to the first band on the left. Take double bands again from the first peg on your left to the second peg on your left. Then you're going to take double bands again and go from your second peg on your left to the third peg on the left. Then you're going to take 2 bands again and go from your third peg on your left to the 4th peg in the center, like so. We're going to do the exact same thing, but make sure that you go around, stop, and then come back to the top and go around again. Make sure that you're using double bands this entire time. I will tell you when to stop using double bands. Don't worry, I'm not going to forget. I will put a little message if I do forget. So here we go. We've got that basically down. Now we're going to take double bands again and go down the center of our pegs. Make sure that you are doing double bands again and make sure that you're closing that off. Once you've done that, you are going to do your holding bands. So you're going to take one single green band and you're going to go from this peg right here, which is the second peg on your center, to the second pegs on both your left and your right. Then you're going to take one more band and go from those pegs to this peg. Just like that. So you should have those holding bands in the center like so. Now we're going to take our head / our entire body basically off of these 2 pegs. So you're going to have four bands. Just make sure that you keep those together. Fold them together and just put those right on top of this peg. Anyways, after you've done that, just double check and make sure that they're on correctly. Okay, doesn't really matter how you put your body at this point because we're just going to be looping your body. So what we're going to do is we are going to now put the eyes on your body. Take one eye. You should have 4 bands, by the way, which you guys probably already know. And sorry, I totally just brain spaced. Okay, you're going to take a single band for your eyes. You're going to hold that band like you did when you were making the eyes. You're going to pull both eyes over that band. Okay guys, sorry, I had a little malfunction. So anyways, you're going to take your eyeballs and you're going to just put them on these bands right here. Sorry, you probably couldn't see that. On these 2 top bands, and then you're going to spread your eyes apart. Make sure that your eyes are facing forward like this, just straight out. You don't want them to face up or down. Make sure that they're facing out. Then you're going to take your hook and you're just going to grab that band and push it into a triangle, just like that. So now your eyes are attached and we are going to start hooking. Now go into your entire loom right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, sorry. You're going to go in and you're going to take the 2 bands that go forward. Those are the 2 top bands. Make sure that you're holding your body down because that's acting as a cap band and it will come off if you don't hold on tight enough. Then we're going to go back into under our cap band, which is the body. We're going to take the one that goes out to the left and hook it onto itself, and then take the one that goes out to the right and hook it onto itself as well. Make sure that you get that on that peg. Then you're going to go into the left peg and you're going to pull all the way up, which is only a few, so don't freak out about this. Make sure that you're just going all the way up. And yes, you do want to do this band down here as well. So just make sure that you pull that over that top band. Make sure that make sure that the eyes are staying forward because they will rotate if you don't watch them. Then go to the right side. You don't want to do the middle until you do both left and right teardrops. So make sure that you're doing teardrops all the way up and make sure that you do the left and the right sides before you start the center. I am so sorry about the background noise, guys. Okay, so now we're going to go back into our loom and we're going to take those 2 bottom bands. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're going to take the 2 bottom bands, which are actually the bands that will go forward. I only grabbed one of them. But you can go back in. It doesn't really matter if you grab one later than the other. It's not a big deal. Just make sure that you get that band. 1 minute. Gonna have to pull it down a little bit if you didn't get it. Okay, so got both my bands now. Gonna go in for the last one and pull it on top of itself. Okay guys, now is the part, that was the last step, so now we get to take it off. Yay, okay. So take a red band, depending on what color you want your tongue to be. Obviously I'm gonna do red because I'm doing the realistic one today, so that you guys can kind of see how it looks. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a red band or whatever color. You're gonna take your, sorry, I didn't even show you guys. Okay, you're gonna put your hook out through one of the sides of those bands. You wanna go under all those bands so that it doesn't pop. And then you wanna take that band and you wanna make sure you don't snag any bands and pull that through the center. Put both bands on your hook, like so. Kind of pull it to the front so that it's your tongue. And then pull the back band over that front band, keeping the front band on the hook. And you're gonna just tie it right off. Okay, so now to remove your project from the loom, you're gonna go from the sides first and then through the center. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick and then I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Okay, you guys, so look at this so cute little lizard. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a difference between these 2 lizards. One of them has a longer head. Now, if you want the longer head, we wanted to give you guys two options. So with the shorter head, do it just as I showed you guys on the Loom. If you want the longer head, sorry, instead of doing the double, 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 and then going in, add one more double and then go in. And then with the holding bands, you're going to need a triangle here, and then another triangle that's doubled over it, and then some triangles down here. But I'm sure you guys can figure it out for the longer head, but I think the shorter head is cuter, so that's why I did that. Just make sure you can kind of stretch it out, shape it to whatever you want. If you liked this tutorial, go to our channel and click subscribe so that you can get updates on more designs that we come up with. Again, we hope that you guys liked this design. It's a very easy design, great for beginners that want something cute but don't want to have to do a bunch of hard steps to get it. So thank you guys so much for watching once again. And below will be our social media links to Facebook and Instagram, as well as our channel, so that you guys can choose if you want to subscribe or not. If you guys wanted to just check them out, they're just so cute, and I know that our Looney Loomers team loves them so much, and I love them as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time on Looney Loomers. Bye guys!